Screen share. Yep, you've got it. Speak
Yep.
into existence. This is day one. So day one, we're really going to be sort of playing around a little bit. You saw what we did on the Vibe Coding 101 session. We're going to re repeat a little bit, but you're going to be doing some of that now. Um, so
All of that. We're going to make them do every bit of it.
and we are going to be using Go High Level. So I just want to give you a brief introduction to Go High Level as well, so that you can understand um, how it hangs together. Um, right. So what we'll be covering today, we have 1 hour. In that hour, we're going to be talking about how this challenge works. We've done our hellos. We're going to be talking about the steps that are required to build something, the what kind of information you need in terms of giving it your prompt to build whatever it is you choose to build. We'll do a live demo building a website and iterating that and taking that into action. And then hopefully we'll have a bit of time for you to actually launch into it, doing it yourself on this call, and we can deal with any questions there. And you to take that exercise home with you to do today after this session, refine it, iterate it, and kind of perfect it. Feel really happy with what you've created. Share that in the group, and then move on. Tomorrow we'll be building something a bit more complex. Okay, so this is really just to get your kind of your feet under the table, get familiar with how you communicate with the system, and how you get out of it what you want, as well as start to use the Go High Level tool from an integrated perspective to actually start using some of the features that are in there along with the vibe coding um, exercise. So today is very much the very basics. The challenge itself is, as we say, 5 days. So we have today through to Friday, same time, same place, 1 hour. We'll have some homework to crack on with in the evenings, in between our sessions, which you can share in the group. So we've got that group chat. I really encourage you all to engage in there, share what you've done, share what you're discovering, ask questions. If you've got a problem, put it out there so that we can all support you in that process. And then as you're building, I want when you share what you're building, look at what others have built and feedback on that. This is all a learning experience, so let's be supportive, constructive, and helpful to everybody. And then we'll get it back in return as well. So that community that I've set up, please do introduce yourself on there. I know a few of you have, which is great. Thank you. And yeah, let's build that engagement. Let's talk to each other and find out a bit more about you, what you're building, what you want to build, where you're going with this whole AI journey. Okay. And this is just a start of vibe coding. The idea is really to get you feeling a little bit more comfortable with building software tools, turning your ideas, your thoughts of the software apps into reality, and getting some feedback on that, working through the process, seeing how the tools work. And this is just an example of how other tools will work as well. Other tools may not have the integration with the CRM, the customer management side of things, but they'll have in terms of the actual building process, it'll be very similar. Okay, so 5 days. We're not going to be having a call on Saturday and Sunday, but we'll have our final call on Monday, same time, same link. And so that gives you like the weekend really to delve in, because at that point we're going to start, getting more, more complex, more involved with building something that you want to build. Okay, Marie, you have a question. Are you allowed to build more than one app, website, whatever, with your company? I have several ideas floating around. Yes, yes. I have set up I have set up a sub account for those of you that are on the sub account, Maria. I know. Oh no, you haven't got a sub account, but I think you've got an account, you registered for an account directly. You can create more apps, you can build as many apps as you want. What is really good at the moment, if you've got the sub account or if you've got a paid plan, um, Go High Level have got this Summer of AI offer, which we mentioned to you at the Vibe Coding 101. That offer is through to the end of August, where actually the tokens that you use through AI Studio are not paid for, okay, beyond the paid plan that you're on. So if you paid for a plan, then you don't pay for any more tokens and you can build as many apps and bring those ideas into reality on your account. Yes. If you've taken a sub account through us, we are kind of piggybacking on the back of our account, which enables you to use the account to use and to build and to play around with. But it is only a temporary account, and if you wanted to, use it or use Go High Level beyond that, then you would need to have your own Go High Level account. But this is really the starting point. How much is tokens? They're not excessively expensive. It really depends on your usage. Um, I can
That
give you,
said, while you're experimenting, you can easily use a lot of tokens.
yes, you can. You can use a lot of tokens, but I think we're not talking about hundreds of pounds worth. We're probably talking, a few pounds worth as opposed to more than that. Um, I think you've got your account, Marie, so you would need to, just keep an eye. You can see your usage of tokens as well. But let's dive in, then you can start playing, and then we can go from there. Um, right. So we're going to start off by looking at the Builders Framework. And the Builders Framework is just really to understand the process that you kind of saw some of what we were doing in the 101 session. But I'm trying to I can't see the chat or anything on here, so hopefully you can cover that.
Yeah, yeah. And there's no
Um,
questions yet.
okay, all right. Um, so the builder's framework is basically the process is you have an idea, you design it in plain language. Now, the beauty of AI is that you can speak it into existence. You can sort of just describe what it is that you want, and then the AI tool will build it for you. It is unlikely to build it perfectly from day one. You will want to probably iterate it, make some changes, refine it, and all the rest of it. But again, you just speak that into existence. So with AI now, it is literally explain what you want changed, explain how you want it changed, and it will do that for you. And that iteration process can be extensive or not, depending on how well you describe what you wanted right at the outset. Um, and so that's a big part of the process. And then, of course, it's about testing it, trying to break the tool that you've created, make sure that there aren't any bugs in there when other people use it. And that's where the beauty of our community, this community here, this group now is, because once we built something, we can get other people to test it, just play around with it, and they will use it in a different way to the way you would use it. So actually, it's a nice little test and give you feedback, and then you can refine that, and that's the process of kind of really making it the way you want it and then publishing it. Okay, so that is the kind of the process that we're going to follow. Regardless of what we build, we're going to have an idea, we're going to design that, bring that into fruition through our description, our prompt, build that, get AI to build it, iterate it. This build, iterate, and test, that's kind of a loop. In fact, you will build it, test it, iterate it, get it to build and refine it, retest it, and then when you're happy to start putting it out there, you can publish it. And as we know, in this tool, you can publish it just by pressing the button. You don't need to host it anywhere. It's just automatically online. Now, it's not going to be found by anybody. It's just out there so that you can then share it and we can give you feedback on it and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Does that make sense? Everybody with me so far?
Everybody's very quiet. Yeah, we got a few
Okay.
thumbs up.
Okay. I am recording this, aren't I, Maya? I've had a
Yes,
few
you
mishaps
are.
lately, and I think I'm recording this session, so I will put that recording up. So if you've missed anything or you want to go back to it, then you can easily do that. I'll put it up in that members group as again. So please use that, okay? Right. Now, oops, right. Here we have an idea, okay, and we need to design it. And that basically means that we need to give a very as detailed a description as we can to the AI builder. Yeah. The more information we can give it, the more accurate it's going to deliver its first iteration of your tool, website, whatever it might be. So it's really important to try and think carefully about what it is that you want built. Um, and then we'll iterate it, test it, and go through that process. But the first and foremost is communicating with your AI tool. So, and that is where the prompting side of comes in. Um, my app does not work if I so could not get in. Oh, okay. All right, Maya, I see that. Right. How to write a good prompt. So I'm not sure where everybody's at in terms of prompting, so I thought it worthwhile just to really go through the basics. As I said, AI, anything you do with AI, in fact, when you're giving it instruction, asking it a question, asking it to generate something, create something in this case, the more specific you are, the more detailed you are in your request, in your prompt, the better, and that will give you the best result. And be very clear on what are you trying to do and why you're trying to do it. So the purpose. So what specifically are you building and for what purpose? What is the objective you want out of it? So that the tool understands the end goal. Okay, so you want to build a website, but so in this today we're going to be talking about we're going to build a website. You are going to build a website. Um, but just saying I want to build a website for um, a roofing company based in wherever, um, gives it some instruction and it will work with that. And it may ask you a few questions, but it will just take what you've given it and then fill in the gaps and make a whole load of assumptions. Whereas if you actually say, I want a roofing company for a company called, and you give it a name, you give it your logo, you tell it where you're based, you tell it that actually I want this website to book appointments for me on my calendar, and here's my calendar. I want it to capture their contact details so that I can call them and contact them. I want to capture email addresses for a newsletter. What is the objective? Or maybe you want, I don't know if you're not familiar with marketing, you may be familiar with this, but there's something called lead magnets, which basically you're trying to learn to build a connection and a relationship with a potential customer, and they're not maybe ready to be a customer just yet, and you're inviting them or giving them something away. As a way of capturing their email details and therefore starting that conversation. And that giveaway is called a lead magnet. And the idea is that you offer something on a website. Let's say if you're a roofer, let's say, best tips for keeping your roof well, to maintain a roof, a flat roof, for example. And anyone that's interested in flat roofs and might have a problem with it, wants to maintain it, might be a potential customer of theirs, might be interested in reading this particular document, ebook, and therefore they will give their email address in exchange for being able to download that book. And then the roofer then has the email details of that potential customer of theirs and can reach out to them and stay in touch with them such that when they need their services, you know, they've already built some kind of connection. And that's where GoHighLevel is really helpful because as a tool, as I said, the CRM side captures contact details. It enables you to manage your calendar and a booking form. It enables you to automate emails and reach and your communication with your potential clients. All of that is baked into the system, and in fact, that's where GoHighLevel started. So GoHighLevel is a tool for customer management, customer relationship management, for marketing. Activities and processes. So that's all built into the system. So when you're giving an instruction, coming back to the prompt, if you know why do you want this website? Is it just a general brochure website? Or is it a website to capture people's details to give them away a lead magnet, a special um, ebook or calculator or something of interest to them that they may want, which they can get through giving sharing their email address. So what is the purpose of your website? If if it knows, your tool, AI tool knows what the purpose is, then it's able to deliver a better tool for you because it understands what it needs in order to convert. A brochure website is very different, for example, from a website that has a particular request to book an appointment, make a booking. So the purpose is really, really important. And maybe some background on the actual business itself. In this case, we're talking about a website to understand a little bit about the business. So, just a roofer, but maybe this is a roofer that specializes in flat roofs. And so therefore, their website is just maybe about flat roofs, as opposed to a general roofer that does everything. So that means that the person that comes to visit the website actually knows exactly what, who they're dealing with. And the more specific you are, the better, because then they can say, this person specializes in flat roofs, I want to see them. Or actually, no, it's not a flat roof I've got a problem with. So actually, these are not the right people for me. And that's really, we're kind of funneling down to get your ideal customer. The next thing is your audience. And so, yes, who is the audience? What do they see? What do they do first? What do you want them to, what do you want to achieve? But more particularly, if you're reaching out to commercial businesses versus reaching out to your person that has a garage roof that needs replacing, there's a very different audience. So who are you talking to? If you can explain who your audience is and what they're looking for, then again, the website can be created in such a way that would speak more to that audience. Constraints. So what should you do? What should it do? What shouldn't it do? What does it need? What doesn't it need? In the website, if you're not looking for a load of detail about anything other than maybe just that lead magnet, there are a lot of websites or called funnels where they're really just focused on one giveaway, and that is a stepping stone towards taking the potential customer on a journey and an engagement process with you as the business, and then building that into taking them by the hand, giving them something they want, getting their details, staying in touch with them, giving something more that they want, and then when they need your services, they've already engaged with you, they already know, like, and trust you. So what do you want this website or the tool to be, and what do you not want it to be? And then the branding side of things, the tone, the look, the feel, the mood, the style, all that it needs to know. Otherwise, again, it's going to completely guess and make some assumptions. And that's fine, but that might not be what you want. So depending on what you're really looking for, the more specific you can be, you'll get it. But if you're not specific, it will make a lot of assumptions to fill in the gaps. And as a consequence, you will get something that it creates, not necessarily as led by you as it could be. Maya, do you want to add anything to all of that before we kind of start diving in?
I think basically Karen's literally hit the nail on the head there. You need to know exactly what that website is for, who it's talking to, and what again the constraints around it. Will your guardrails. Keep it as simple as you can is my advice, but again, depends on what you actually need.
Yeah, it does depend on what you need. I think if you know what you need as well. I mean, in this case, what we're going to do today is we're going to build a website, and that website could be, yeah, it could be a lead magnet website, or it could be a very brochure website, or it could be one to book an appointment. It, you know, it, each of those will have a different look and a feel, different objective, and therefore the website will be written and designed in such a way to achieve that objective. But the tool needs to know what the objective is. And so therefore more specific, the more detail you can give it, then the better it can help you. Just as anyone, if you're going to get a designer or a developer to build a website for you, you would need to describe what it is you want. And this is it's just we're doing the same process, but just using an AI tool. Any questions before we actually start diving in?
Going once, going twice. Yep, everyone looks pretty happy.
Yeah?
And that's just based on a few smiles I'm seeing. So,
Okay, good. Okay, great. So we're going to go in and we're going to be starting to build. So the way I think I'd like to do this is I'm going to show you um, I'm going to speak it into existence, just to kind of make something up here, and then you can see how it's done, the whole process. And then I'd like you to go in and do it for yourself. Okay, so you can create a website for you, for your business, for the business that you want to have, or maybe you haven't got, you're just playing around here, just learning a little bit. Okay, that's fine. So maybe choose a business or make up a business, and then create the website for that business. Or maybe it's something that you have in the back of your mind that you would like to do at some point. Well, why not get the website up and running, or make a start for it anyway.
and
Um,
don't forget, if you've got family or friends who need a website, this is a
hmm,
great opportunity to build one for them.
exactly, because
Get some brownie points.
yeah, because creating websites now is actually quite straightforward, as you will see, very straightforward, in fact. Um, and so the objective today is just really getting your hands on the system, playing with it, creating something. It may be something you want or you don't want, but the idea is that actually you're getting familiar with that communication process, that process of iterating and refining things, of testing it, so that in our session tomorrow and going forward, as we move into some more complex tools, then you've covered the groundwork. And also kind of it should integrate with GoHighLevel as well. So the idea here is that you'll build a website which then captures some information, contact information, so that you can use some of the GoHighLevel features and just see how that works. And that's a specific feature of GoHighLevel. Most AI builders, you would need to integrate with other platforms that can do that. Okay, so let me go into GoHighLevel. Okay, right. Can you still see my screen? I'm in GoHighLevel now.
Yep,
Can you
yep.
see that? Okay. So this is just a demo account that I've got here. It's not one that I'm actively using. And I wanted to show you this because, oh, hang on a minute. I haven't even activated something on it that I need to activate for some silly reason. That I'm going into. Now, GoHighLevel is changing all the time. There's always new things coming up that adding to it. And right, I just need to activate AI Studio. That's what we're going to be working in today. Right. So headlines. I went through this very, very quickly in the Vibe Coding 101. But basically, if you go into conversations, conversations are um, um, basically conversations you've had with clients. So you can email clients on here, you can WhatsApp them, you can SMS them, and they're all, if the contact details are in the system, then you can coordinate all of that communication all from one platform, um, which can be very handy. You can manage your calendars on here. Like you can see my calendar on here. I put my calendar on. You can set up multiple calendars and then basically book appointments. The system can book appointments for you. Contacts is where your customer contact list would be, and they would be linked to your conversations, to your emails, to your automated processes. But it's a way of maintaining your contacts, your customer list. Opportunities, payments, you can take payments. Opportunities is all about your pipeline from a sales perspective. We're going to be diving into AI studios, but there are other features here within GoHighLevel. AI agents, which we will, on a completely separate workshop, we'll be going into that. Marketing is about social planner. You can basically connect all sorts of social accounts to this platform, and then you can automatically post and schedule posts to all these platforms. You can send emails and create emails, manage their campaigns, create templates for newsletters, for example. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in here. The automation is workflow. So this is an automatic workflow where, let's say somebody signs up and downloads one of your lead magnets from your website. You could then set it up in such a way that says, okay, I want everyone that signs up for the this or everyone that has signed up, given me details to download this particular lead magnet. I want to send out an email with a link to that lead magnet in it with a welcome. And then, a few days later, maybe follow up. I'll invite them for a call, give them your booking calendar. You can basically automate all of that so that you don't have to manually be doing it each time that someone signs up. So it happens automatically. You can build websites using the AI Studio, or you can build websites directly in here and build funnels. So for example, here, websites, this is the original way in which you created websites. If you just go into new website, they've got templates in here to build from different templates in all sorts of different industries. So nice websites, but and this is a great way to kind of get something up and running very quickly. But you can create something more bespoke, more custom using the AI tool. You can have memberships. The membership feature is what I've used in our membership. So our group for this particular challenge, I created a membership group, and that's the feature in GoHighLevel. It can store media for you, manage reputation for you, and various other things. So it's a very comprehensive CRM platform. What we're going to be doing is going into the AI Studio. We're going to be connecting the website that we create today with our contacts list, and so that anyone that opts in, they will automatically go to the contact list, and it makes it seamless. Right, so I just clicked on AI Studio, and as you will see right at the beginning, when you first go into this feature, you'll see this, and these are examples of things that you can create: a landing page, a dashboard, an e-commerce site, a portfolio, blog, task manager, chat application, restaurant, food ordering system, fitness tracker. calendar schedule, social media feed with posts, weather app, all sorts of different things you can create. They're just examples, which are here under templates. So if you kind of start off with one of those, it will help you. But we're not going to start with one of those. We're going to start from scratch, start to create it from scratch. And there's nothing in my projects at the moment because this is a demo platform that I've not used anything on. So I am going to, I'm going to do this and I want you to, watch, observe, learn, and then it's your turn, okay, to go into your GoHighLevel account, whether it's a sub account I've created or not. Now, a couple of you sent your requests for sub accounts a little late. I didn't get a chance to get them up for you, but I will get them up for you. Okay. Now, just to be 100% clear, if you've got a sub account through us, that's a temporary account, okay? It is free and it gives you access to the AI Studio tool so you can build here. But obviously it's on our account and our master account. So if you want to then use that going beyond this challenge, we need to talk about either transferring that off onto a new account, your own account with GoHighLevel, which would probably be the best option for you to do. If you have downloaded or set up an account yourself, then you'll have access to all the features of GoHighLevel. If you're on a trial, a free trial, you'll have access to all the features, but the AI features you will have to probably be paying for your token usage. Alternatively, if you pay for the paid feature, the paid plan, that would give you the Summer of AI offer, and therefore your AI tokens in AI Studio will be free through to the end of August. And then after that, they'll have different tiers. I believe there's going to be a free tier and obviously depending on usage. So that's where we are right now. Okay. I've got a few more accounts, as I said, a few more sub accounts to set up, which I will do after this session. And if any other of you want sub accounts, then need to let me know ASAP.
And Diana just pointed out the account login details will come from BizBuzzBox. That's Karen's main agency.
All right. Yes. Sorry, I didn't didn't think of that. Yes, sorry about that. But yes, it's from BizBuzzBox, so it's me, it's still me. Um,
Okay, Manuel is asking, can you please give a vague idea of what one token can do? One token can do very little. A
um,
token is,
let me, yeah,
what is
go
it,
on.
Karen? About a word and a half, something like that.
I'm just gonna have a look. I'm not sure. Hang on, I just wanna. All right, hang on. I'm gonna see if I can click into another into our AI professionals network. All right, hang on. Let me just switch off here. I just wanted to look because I need to look at the account. I just want to tell you, then I can give you an idea of usage because I haven't really looked at it. Settings, billing. Oh, where can I look? I saw it the other day. I saw it, and I was quite surprised because I've been playing around on and it was like, it's £1 or £2 a day that I'd been utilizing in AI credits. Uh oh gosh. I tell you what we'll do. Let me go back into that demo account. See if I can go into billing. Oh, can't I see it? Maya, while I'm doing this, can you have a look in the back end and see
So
where
what's happening is in high level, content AI, for example, the prices vary and the amount of and the value of it varies, right? So for text copywriting, it's less than 1 penny for 1,000 words. Image generation is half a penny, just over half a penny, 6 cents per image generated. If you're using GPT-5, then it's $1.25 for input and $1.10 for output. So it just literally matters what you're doing and what model you're using.
does it say anything about AI Studio?
Not specifically,
Hmm.
but I think that still is generally the same sort of thing, right? Um,
Yeah. So we're talking a few pounds. We're not talking hundreds of pounds. Um, would you agree with that, Mel?
it depends on how much experimenting you're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
It literally does.
Yeah. But if you look at your you should be able to look at the account. If you go on into at the bottom here on the left-hand side, you see the menu. It says settings at the bottom, and then that is kind of like your account, and there will be like a billing tab, and there'll be it kind of looks at the different setups. So you
So
should
AI Studio is, I'm literally seeing in there are help docs. Usage is measured in 5-hour windows. That sounds like Claude. Each plan has its own usage limit within that window. AI Employee Unlimited includes 3x the limit of the AI employee growth. So, okay. Still doesn't tell me exactly.
no,
So, yeah, it's basically, yeah, try it, use it, see how much it costs you. Because we have the unlimited use account, we don't actually know.
no. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be extensive. I mean, we can actually, and AI Labs is it's fairly new, so the AI Studio, I
Yes.
mean, so I'm not sure whether that's I don't know. We need to Google it. Um, let's get started on here. Then maybe when you start building, we can delve into it and see if we can find some more information. Very conscious
Yeah.
of time here. Right.
Oh,
So
true. 15
let,
minutes to go.
Yeah, let's build. We're going to build a website, okay? As I said before, packed is our prompt. We want to know the purpose. We want to know who we're doing it for, who is the audience, what are the constraints, what we don't want, what we do want in here, and the tone. So our branding, our colors, our voice, the tone of the look and the feel of it. Um, so I'm gonna build a website. I am going to build a website for, um, can you build me a website for um, oh, okay, um, a, for my private personal carer, business. I say this because at the moment I'm, looking at the carers for my parents. Can you be my first minute? I am based. in West London and specialize in elderly companionship and um, help around the house. I have been working with
So
it.
basically, as you can see, it makes sense. Build something that's relevant to you. This is literally what Karen's doing.
Yeah. So I'm working for a business and I'm now venturing on my own. My business name is um Elder Care at Home. Um, right. Um, right. So that's what I want. Okay, I want a website. This is a brochure site, is a brochure with a lead magnet giveaway, an ebook on how to stay um independent, living at home, living at home for as long as possible. Right. I want to capture email, name, telephone number, oops, number, um, what's it? That would give me that. Um, can you, right, so that's, so who, my target audience is professionals with parents who need help at home. I adopt a very caring and personable approach to person-centered. That's my target. That's what I want. And I might say my parents with parents who need um, someone reliable, trustworthy, and kind. I have a very caring personal approach, person-centered, um, constraints. I don't then nothing specific I don't want it to do. I've said I want it to be caring, personable. My tone, I'm gonna say um um a simple, modern, clean looking website, color scheme, um, neutral, neutral, neutral. Yes, I'm just going to say that. Minimal mistake. Um, no, What do I say? What do I want? Modern king looking website. Color scheme is neutral. Um, friendly, welcoming tone. Show voice. Asking for a no obligation for is it here I'm going to add a little bit more information. My fees are, I don't know, £30 per hour. And I will start on uh, I will do 1 hour minimum, what am I saying? And minimum duration is 1 hour a week. I will visit homes in the W5 postcode area. That's in London. Okay, I'm giving it a fair amount of detail. Probably I could always give it a lot more, but let's just see what it comes up with.
That was way more than I was expecting, actually.
Well, you need to say what you want, why you
Yeah,
want it, what your objective is, who is your target audience, what do they want, what are they looking for. I didn't really put any constraints in there because I can't think of anything at the moment. And the tone. So now it's planning. You can see on the left-hand side, it's doing its thinking. Um, right, it's asking, what do I want? I'm going to go neutral with this brownie color. I am going to go for this font, Cormorant, and I'm going to go for that look and feel, or maybe, yeah, I'll go for that. Okay, split screen, submit. Right. So Alan, you're asking for the whole prompt. Here's the prompt that I've put in. The prompt is literally what I've asked it for. Um, so it's exploring the colors, wants to invoke warmth. It's really trying to translate what I've asked it to do into everything else. Yes, exactly that, Maya. This is an example. I want you to create a website for your business, for a business that you know, for somebody else's business that could benefit from one, or for a completely fictitious one. But I want you to give it as much information as you can, and then create a website. Now, this is completely fictitious, but it's doing all the things, it's doing all the thinking, filling in the gaps. Yeah. So I could have already given it the font I wanted it to use. I could have been more specific on the colors scheme, given it the hex colors that I wanted to use. Yeah, I could have given it a lot more information. I could have uploaded an example of a logo and asked it to use that logo. I could have given it a website example and saying I want a website looking like this, maybe with different colors, different name, obviously different content, but I'd like the structure to be like this website. So it is about speaking it into existence. The more you say to it and more explain and the more information you give it, more specific information you give it, again, the better the outcome that you're going to get. So your homework today is to build a website, okay? Give it a prompt, go into AI Studio on the left-hand side. If you scroll down, the option will be there, AI Studio. And in AI Studio, you will then just type in what it is you want. But again, that's the prompt. So cover the pact, that prompt framework. give it your purpose, give it your objective, give it who the audience, give it as much information as you like. You can, if it's your website and there's certain text that you want within an about screen or about page, for example, give it that and tell it,
Karen,
yes.
sorry, I'm just looking in Diana's account. She said she couldn't see AI Studio on the left. Have we enabled it for everyone?
Diana, let me have a look.
Because I don't see it there. I do see AI agents. I don't see AI Studio.
Okay. Well, on those account on the account. Oh, right. Okay. All right. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
I thought I created it on most of these accounts. Maybe I've missed it on some. And on some of you, if you don't see it in your left-hand side, you need to go down at the bottom to labs and enable
Oh,
it
that's
there.
right. So go to settings and then labs,
Yeah.
and then scroll down or do a command F, control F to find AI Studio in the labs thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just turning it on right now for Diana.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you.
Mm.
Okay, so you can see that it says I've built the split screen landing page because I asked for that split screen look and feel. I'm using a warm sand color palette, which I chose. And the page includes your value proposition, pricing details, and the lead capture form for the book. You see it's done all of this, yeah? And you see the form is already integrated in here. I asked for a phone number, email address, and a name. It's done all of that, yeah? So that's not bad, is it? It's a
It's not
fairly
bad at all.
minimal website. Obviously, if you want some additional pages, you want add a dedicated about me section. So it's asking me here, add dedicated about me section. I'm going to ask it to do that. It's also saying, do I want to connect to the CRM? I'm going to say connect because the CRM is where it's going to capture all the contact information. So now
Mhm.
it's setting it all up. It's going through the whole thinking process. So it's going to set up a tracking setup for me. Now it's tracking the forms. There you go. Right. So what I could do now is I could ask it to once it's finished this little exercise, I could then ask it to change the wording, add some additional wording, add an additional page, add an about me section it's got here, more information and really refine it. And then when I'm ready, and I've gone through it and I'm happy, I can preview it here. I can make the changes, ask it to make the changes here, and it will automatically come up here on the right hand side. And when I click publish, it will enable me to publish this on the web. And it will ask me to confirm a few bits and pieces, which I'll just confirm and then publish that. And then what I'd like you to do is with your website, after you've iterated, made a few changes, and if it's something that is, your genuine website, you'd like some genuine feedback on it, then just ask, and group, in the group
Yeah,
chat.
share it in the community, and we'll keep an
Exactly.
eye on that and
Yeah, and then we
give
can
you
give you some feedback
feedback.
on it.
Yeah.
So you need to when it's done this bit, I'll click publish. You'll see that there is a URL address, and that's the address that you can access it on the web. You can share it in the community, and then we can all, you know, have a look at it and give you some feedback on the process of this exercise. Today, very basic about building something very straightforward, but it's actually building something. And then tomorrow we'll build a tool, a simple
So
tool.
I'm going to suggest that today everybody build at least one and
Yeah.
share it, please. in the community. So we just so that we know that you're all keeping up, right? Because there's no point coming in tomorrow and then teaching a whole new set, and then you have two things to catch up on.
Yeah.
So build a website today, and
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Yeah. And here it says, so look, it's connected the lead magnet form to CRM. So all submissions are automatically tracked. Okay. So it's wired it all up. I haven't published this yet. I can go in here and iterate that website. I could say, well, actually, can you, change the text? Can you add something in here? Can you change the color? Can you add some more information, add an about page, add testimonial section, all sorts of different things, and then it'll do that. And I want you to, in the process of building it, it's not just one and done. It is actually an iterative process. We haven't got time here to go through the full iteration. How do we share by publishing provided link? Okay, so if you go into, see in the top right hand side here, it says publish, that purple button. Okay, I'm going to click that. And on here, it gives you a website address. We're not going to do that now. This is an exercise, okay, to learn. So it's actually giving you a website address that it's going to be using to generate. So you just click publish. Yes, I want that. It then says, okay, well, whenever you post a website online, in the back end of that website, you need to have a description, an image for when it gets shared on social media. And so you can choose to use the image it's given or create a new one, change the description, whatever you want, change the title and the icon there. But I'm going to just stick with it because I'm not fussed about it. I think it's perfect as it is. Apply changes and then click publish. There it says my app is live. Okay, this here is the URL. That is the web address that's live. You can copy it by clicking this little double square icon here on the right hand side. See a tick. Once I've clicked it, copy, that means it's in my dashboard. And then I can literally go to the our website, our thingy. I've got here day one questions. If you've got any questions, I'm going to change that and I'm going to add day one questions and homework. Okay. So I would just like you to go in here, click on here. You can just put my day one homework, whatever you want to say, put the URL in there and then press publish and that will put it onto the group and we can all see it. And if you put the URL in there, you've copied and pasted that URL, that will then enable us to see it, link to it because it's live on the website. And then if you want some feedback on it, we can give that to you. Let us know any problems you come across. Let us know, if you've got any questions, pop them all in the chat there and then we can help you. And okay, so one other thing I wanted to show you. So I've published this website now, okay? It's live on the internet. I will share the URL with you here, but of course you can just as you would do on the in the group. But what I wanted to show was I connected my CRM, I connected my contacts. So coming back this dashboard here, okay. If I go into oh, okay, hang on. If I go into contacts, it's not got any contacts. If I go back to that web page, put it in here. Okay, you can see that web page. Now I'm going to download and I'm going to put in my details and say I want to get that free guide. If I go back, there isn't a guide at the back end because I haven't done that, is there? It should. I refresh this. No. So if I go back, has it? updated, created a form. If I go into my sites here, forms, form 0, let me have a look at this.
If you mean the form that the AI created, no,
Yeah,
it doesn't put it in forms. It's embedded in their own CSS, which is why you have to make your own separate form if you want to do any changes or whatever.
right. Okay. So basically it doesn't go directly into contacts. I need to create a form. Okay.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going back into my Vibe. I'm going to go back into the website here. I'm going to say, no, hang on. Sorry. What am I doing?
You're going to have to go back to sites.
Yeah. If I go into here, into sites, on the left-hand side, you see down here it says sites, and up at the top here, it says forms. I create a form. So I'm going to create a form from scratch. I'm just going to ask.
Most of these just take somebody's email and name. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Just click create, the button on the bottom right.
Oh, sorry, the thing was blocking it. Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. So I'm going to just give it, I'm going to call it elderly care opt-in um, uh, ebook. Okay. I want name, last name, phone number, and an email. Um, so it automatically has that information.
and you see it's also got that consent information, which is very important.
Yep. Now you can reword that consent information. If you click on it here, and click on this little cog, it'll open up this section on the right hand side. And I'm going to delete that bit, and I can just reword this consent.
Yeah. So Marie is asking whether your information gets shared on the web or posted publicly. And no, the answer is no, because what happens is you still have to buy a domain name somewhere. That's the place where you've got to, if you have the option, you say, I want it private. GoHighLevel is not the one managing that for you. All you're doing with GoHighLevel is connecting your website to it so that, it's a custom domain and your site appears on there. That said, there's actually regulations in most countries that say, if you've got a website, it needs some kind of contact information. So even if it's a PO box, you do want to put something like that in your privacy and about us pages.
Yeah, so I'm just said consent blurb. Do you agree? So I'm just going to save this. Obviously, you would put a proper consent um, text in there. Um, but that basically is a very basic form. You can, so let's say you wanted to add other information. Let's say you wanted to capture date of birth on the left here, you can see, or you want to capture an address or their country or their website or other information. You can do that by just dragging this and putting it wherever. So for example, I've just dragged in, I press the plus on the left-hand side to add a form element. I've added, and I've dragged this up here, and I can change the text to say input form, or, whatever I want it to be. I can put address. And you see it changing up here. Yeah. Now I don't actually want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that bit because this is good enough for me. I can also add something nice on the top. I could add some text here. Um, and then this is text for me to input. So I could say download your elderly care ebook. And then I'll save that. So this is found in sites and then in forms under sites. This creates um
So
my
now if you click on integrate, you'll get a link that you can copy into AI Studio.
so
Yep, copy that link.
you can share this link in. You've got the ability to embed copy code, embed it in as a pop-up or a slide in. We are just going to copy this link. Okay. And then
Click the open form link, Karen, so they can see what it looks like in reality.
okay, so it's exactly as I created it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to copy this address, this link address, and I'm going to take that over into AI Studio. I'm going to go back into that website that I was building. It's loading up its memory. Okay. And so can you add, and now at the bottom there, I'm going to say, can you replace the form on this web page with, and I'm going to give it the link. And that's it. Let's see what it does. It probably slot in there. It won't look exactly the way I want it, but that's okay for now. And what you can do with GoHighLevel, because it will link into the contacts. I'll show you, hang on. You can then use the automation to add a tag to the contact, to send an email to the contact when someone has signed in. So let's say you have got a free guide. That free guide is uh, is obviously linked to a customer, potential customer, and you can have a whole sequence of emails and messages that go out as a consequence. So now it's updating, it's embedding the form you can see here. That form is, there you go, that form is now in. There you go, my consent blurb, do you agree thing is in there.
Mm.
It's updated. So I might want to change the way that looks and feels, but it's fine for my
So,
purpose here.
so once Karen publishes it, you can all go put your information in. And then tomorrow we can see that your information actually showed up.
Yeah, so I've replaced the lead capture form with the embedded form. So now it's using my form. So I'll need to publish this, yeah?
Yeah, you'll need to
So
update. Yeah.
I'm going to update it. I'm not adding custom domain here. I'm just going to update it so that the new form is now in that updated link. And if I go to that updated link, there it is there, okay? Now, one other thing I wanted to show you. So coming out of this AI Studio, just going back on the back here, I want to create an automation. So I want to say, this is a workflow automation. So I want to create a workflow. I'm going to start from scratch just to show you. I'm just going to do it manually. Oh, enable autosave now. Okay. I'm going to give it elderly care demo opt-in. Right. So I could give it tell it what I want here, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to say, okay, add a trigger. Add a trigger. They've submitted a form on my website. Yes, they've submitted my form. Adding a filter. I want to, um, I want to, the form is, and I've given it elderly care ebook form that I created earlier. So now what I've said is the trigger is if a form gets submitted and the form is elderly care ebook, I'm going to save that. I want to um, add a contact tag. In other words, it'll automatically grab the oh, and one here. I'm not going to do that now because I need to create the tag. I'm going to say send an email, okay? And then I'm going to say I want to send it from Karen. I'll do that. And then I'm going to say, Cemeteries, thank you for downloading elderly care ebook. And then I can just give it text here quickly and say, thanks. Your ebook can be downloaded here. Then I can give it a link. I haven't got that in there at the moment, but then I could say, if I can help you in any other way,
Now,
please.
folks, I'll remind you that
Da, 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 da.
when someone's just signed up for something is when they're most receptive to more stuff. So from a marketing point of view, this is where you would put in an upsell if you've got it, here, join our newsletter, like all of that can go in here because this is when they're most interested in what you're saying to them.
Yes. So here I mean, I would add more things. In reality, I would probably add more things in here and make this more extensive, explain to them, how I can help. If you'd like to book an appointment, no obligation appointment, do that. Or maybe there's more information, pointing to other resources, all that kind of thing. Just really build that relationship. And then I can save that action. And what it's going to do is it's created this as an email. I can get it to say it'll send it out instantly, or I can ask it to wait. I could ask it to wait for you know, the next day. Let's say send it out the next day, and then it's going to wait for one day. Then it will send out the email, and then I could say, okay, now wait another 2 days. Yeah, wait another 2 days.
Or wait until such and such date,
Yeah,
which is
I
what we would
mean,
do for our trainings, right? We would say wait until August 2nd or whatever.
yeah. And then you can say, right now, you've waited another 2 days, send out another follow-up email, and that email might say, thank you very much. Just wondering if you had any questions. Have you had a chance to read that book, the ebook that we sent you? If not, here's the link again. Just really keep that conversation going because these people obviously have a need and have an interest in what you have to sell. That's a little bit of what can be done, but can be done automatically in here. And the system will automatically do all of that. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to delete that action, delete. And so I've automatically set this up. I'm going to, if I shift that to publish and save that, then automatically when someone signs up, they will get, oh no, I've put in there a wait time, haven't I? And delete this wait time. Delete. Okay, so now that wait time's gone. So when that form gets filled out and completed, an email is going to go out. Yeah.
You need to republish.
And I need to save that. Yeah. And then automatically that will happen when someone goes to the website, fills out the form, and they'll get my nonsensical email. Sorry, 1 second. Mike, can you just fill in for a second?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm actually going to go ahead and try this. Where was that? Elder care. Elder care. Where'd it go? I should just click the link, shouldn't I? I was just going to go click the link and try and fill in the form. And you guys can try that too if you'd like. I'm going to give it a bogus phone number because I do not like giving people my phone number. And consent blurb, do I agree? Sure, I agree. Right. So back here, I'm going to replace the current share my screen. So I just clicked that.
All right, okay.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah,
Sorry, I stole
sorry
your
about that.
screen.
No, 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 great, it's fine.
And what I'm doing is I'm going to go to Elder Care. No, we already went to Elder Care. I'm going to go into, what's it called, Karen? GoHighLevel.com. Let's go into, where did you create that? No, I
The
don't even
voice
recall.
demo.
The voice demo. And in there, oh, go away.
If you
I'm
go
going to look
into,
at my sites, my forms. I did just did a sample entry
mm-hmm.
and
You look at
it didn't get
submissions.
in. I did hit submit, but it hasn't shown up.
No, click submissions.
Oh, that's why. Never mind.
There
There
you
we
are.
go. Maya
Okay.
test and Induca did the test as well. Awesome.
Ah, and then if you go into contacts on the left-hand side, that's it. There you
And let's
go.
look
In
for
the
the new test
contact,
right
the
there.
data's there,
That
and that's
one
your
and that
contact
one.
form. So now the email is in there. So if you go into conversations on the left, okay,
Yeah,
you could actually have send some emails. Yeah.
yep.
So
You
if
could
you if
talk to
you
people individually now.
yeah, exactly.
Or what you can also do is go into marketing, click emails. Sometimes you have to do things after the fact, like you didn't set up an automation that was good enough.
Yeah.
So this is something I always have to do because I always forget to add enough steps.
Yeah.
And then, midweek I need to say, oh, hey, did you guys do your homework? So then I'll create a new email and send it off to people, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that.
So, I mean, you can have a play with all of these different features. They're available to you. You can see how it works. But the beauty of Go High Level is that this is all integrated. If you were using other platforms, you would have to bolt them all together, and they'll do some of it, not all of it.
Yeah. And Induka is asking, will the homework instructions be emailed for those who had to leave early? The homework instructions are literally build a website
Yeah,
and
I've got,
share.
I've got, I'll put it in the group. In the group, I'll put homework instructions in there.
Yeah,
I've
and
got
Kevin says, mind-boggling to think about the time and skills required to build a site with these features without AI. Yeah,
it.
exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. So,
This
is
is why
everyone clear? Sorry.
agencies used to charge you 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, depending on the complexity of your website and what you wanted done with that. Now you don't,
Right.
you can save all that money, make it yourself.
That's right. Well, that's the beauty of this. This is what we really want to help people with, is for them to start to understand what is possible, what's possible for you to build tools that you want, to build tools for other people that they might want, to build your own business, your own websites, all of that you can do very, very easily. But once you start playing with it, you'll realize how straightforward it is. And it's just about starting to get that. Um, moving. So, uh, just fantastic, super interesting. Look forward to playing with Go High Level. Good, good. We look forward to hearing how it all goes. Please do share in the group chat your creations, your websites, and in response to that question before, I think it was it from Dawn? You've got lots of ideas and you want to create different things. Go for it. Let us know what you're doing. Try all sorts of different things and get moving. Do have a play tonight, okay? Create something,
Or all day
change it.
today if you're in North America.
Yes, sorry. Play with it, change it, iterate it, test it, change it a bit more, share it with us, publish it and share it with us. Let us say if you want some feedback on it, ask for it, and we're happy to give some feedback on it. If you've got any
And
questions,
if you get stuck anywhere, drop questions in the community so we can answer as we see them.
yeah, and help you. Um, and and then we'll see you tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Um, the link is in the chat. I think it's the same link.
Yeah.
and yeah, we'll delve into it into a bit more detail. So the plan is today, obviously, play around, get familiar with one, a little bit about Go High Level, a little bit about how to talk to the tool, how to iterate it, get it refined, and actually create something. And then tomorrow we're going to be building a tool instead of a the website. And then the day after that, we're going to be starting to kind of like more and more complex with it. So yeah, stick with us, and we look forward to seeing what you can create. Any thoughts or questions before we wrap up today? No? Has it been helpful? Yeah? Got some nods there.
We've
That's
got some
great.
head nods.
That's great.
Yes.
Excellent. So we're going to see you back here tomorrow? Yeah? Excellent. Good, good, good. Excellent. Okay. Well, that's good. We always, getting feedback, the more you can feedback to us, the more we can help you because we know where you're at, what your issues are, what your questions are. We're here to help. So thanks very much for coming along today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll pop the homework in the chat, but it is basically build a website.
Yes. See you all
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Enjoy the rest of your day.